Hello and welcome to the podcast for education, another fresh episode indeed. Today taking us through the world of English is Miss Jaja, and she'll be treating the topic adjectives.
All right, welcome to a wonderful time of learning on the podcast today. And today in English language, we'll be talking about adjectives. And I'm sure my primary 5 pupils are ready with their pens and papers and jotters to jot down as we learn. Now, the topic today is adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives can modify as well as describe other words. They modify or describe other words. You will find it much easier to identify different types of adjectives when you see them. Now, adjectives are broken down. Adjectives could tell us about time, it could tell us about opinion, it tells us about size, it tells us about age, shape, color, origin, or material. Now, for numbers, adjectives that tells us about numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, any, few, many. That's for numbers, telling us by quantity. Then opinion, it could be beautiful, delicious, difficult, terrible, ugly, or wonderful. Then we also adjective that tells us about size. It could be large, small, long, tiny, fat, slim. And then we also have adjective that tells us about the age. You could say young, teenager, old, ugly, elderly, and take. So that's an age. Ancient, modern. It tells us about shape also. It tells us if it's round, if it's square, if it's oblong, oval, triangle, circular. It tells us the shape. It also tells us the color. It could be black, red, blue, green, white, or yellow. It tells us its origin, where it came from. It's a Nigerian, Italian, Australian, Egyptian, Peruvian, Italian, Mexican. It tells us origin. And it also tells us the material which that thing is made from, or what material the object we're talking about is. It could be paper, metal, cotton, plastic, gold, silver. So let's see articles, and then let's talk about types of articles and how articles come to play in most of the words we hear. All right, types of adjectives. The first type of adjective we'll be looking at is what we call articles. And we remember, articles are the, and, or, they. A, and, or, the are articles. Articles are a, and, or, the. And then we know they come before a noun. Why the A comes before a consonant noun and comes before a vowel noun. And the comes before a specific noun. Please give me a banana. I like the one with the green stem. A, banana. The green stem, the being specific, which means there are a lot of bananas there. Some have stem, and maybe there's just one particular one with a green stem. Maybe the others don't have a stem. So I was specific. Please give me a banana. I like the one with the green stem. So these are articles, the type of adjectives. Remember, adjectives help us to know or understand what the noun is doing, or gives us better understanding of the noun we are talking about. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure. The ground patron will give us a ride. The ground patron will give us a ride. Now you see, we're talking specific. Let's go on an adventure. The grand patron will give us a ride. Specific. Now, another type of noun we're talking about is the possessive. The possessive adjective takes possession. It's telling us who owns what, or who has what, or who has the object we're talking about in the sentence. And possessive adjectives we often use are my, your, my bag, your brother, his friend, our uncle, it's me, our book, their bags. Possessive. Another one we're looking at is what? The demonstrative adjective. It demonstrates. Now, what does it mean? Demonstrative adjectives are used to indicate or demonstrate specific people, animals, or things. Now, you say these, those, this, that. It's demonstrative. Please put those cookies in the flat plate. Please put those cookies in the flat plate. Now you see, those cookies, maybe there are biscuits there, but I was talking about the cookies and I was asking where they should be kept. They should be kept on the flat plate. Or I'm talking about my favorite book. I said, this book is my favorite, which means I have other books, but I like this one in particular. I say it's my favorite. And some of you will also say, this toy is my favorite. So your sentence could be, this toy is my favorite, which means you have other toys, but you like this toy in particular. This toy is my favorite. Another type of adjective we'll have is what we call the coordinate adjectives. Now, we know what coordinates are. Bringing things together. Now, the coordinate adjective uses, or the coordinate adjective in a sentence are separated with commas, or they're brought together with the word and. But all this word are modifying the same noun. Same noun. Let's see the phrase. Bright sunny day. Now you see, bright and sunny are coordinate adjectives. There are two adjectives talking about the same thing. Bright sunny day. Or you could say a bright rainy day. Then I have another phrase. Long and dark night. And I want to bring them together. What do I use? We use and. So you say bright sunny day, bright rainy day, and a long and dark night. So coordinative adjectives bring phrases together by the use of and, or it also separates them using words, commas. Now let's see some instructions or some reminders we need to take note when we use coordinate adjectives. Because some adjectives that appear in a series are not coordinates, to be careful to know what to use. In the phrase, green delivery truck. Green delivery truck. Green there is the adjective, but the delivery truck is just the noun. It's telling us what kind of truck it is. So the green is what we're looking at. The green there is the coordinate adjective. The word green there is the adjectives that is telling us about the noun. And the phrase delivery truck just tells you what exactly we're talking about. We're talking about the green delivery van or the green delivery truck. Now we have number adjectives. Like we said earlier on, the number adjectives tells us what number, what quantity. The coach was pulled up by a team of 6. The coach was pulled up by a team of 6 players. Now, if you see in the sentence, the coach was pulled up By who? By a team of 6, which means there were 6 people that pulled him up. So we say that number 6 there is playing the role of a number adjective. We also have interrogative adjectives. Remember, interrogative is a word that means to ask question because you want to get information. And every time we know we want to ask questions, because it comes with a question mark, we use our WH words. So we have one, which, what, whose. All of these are called interrogative adjectives. They're used to ask questions. What time should we go? It's a question. So we say it's an interrogative adjective. What adjective is it talking about there? The adjective is talking about is time. So what time? The response could be at 2 o'clock. We leave at 2 o'clock. Now, interrogative questions, like we just said, asks what? Question. It could also ask a question, whose socks are those? And then I get an answer. So interrogative adjective, how, which, what, and whose. Also, we have the indefinite adjectives. And remember, like we said earlier on, indefinite, mostly of the time, it's the. Like the articles a and, indefinite adjectives are used to discuss non-specific things. The most common indefinite adjectives we have are any, many, none, or no, several, and few. Do you have any peanut butter? Any peanut butter. Second example. Grandfather has been retired for many days, many years, many months. I think we could say many years. Grandfather has been retired for many years. So the many there is taking the place of an indefinite adjective. There are no bananas in the fruit bowl. No. There are no bananas in the fruit bowl. We also have the attribute adjectives. Now, what are these ones called? Or why are they called attribute adjectives? Attribute adjectives talk about specific traits, qualities, or features. In any words, they are used to discuss attributes. There are different kinds of attribute adjectives. We have what we call the observation adjectives, such as real, perfect, best, interesting, beautiful, cheapest, can indicate value or talk about subjective measures. Observation. Another attribute adjectives are shape and sizes. Talks about measures, how measurable it is. Most of the words that come in this category are small, large, square, round, poor. We also saw, or we can also see, that age adjectives denote specific age in numbers as well as in general. Example, old, young, new, 5-year-old. That's specific. But then these are called the age adjectives. We also have the color adjectives. It tells us the specific color. Pink, yellow, black, blue, white. It tells us the origin, where something is from. It tells us where the person is from. It could be a Nigerian, Canadian, American, Mexican, a Frenchman. The origin. It also tells us what kind of material is made from, whether it's paper, cotton, wool, are often regarded as part of a noun. They make nouns more specific. Examples include log cabin, luxury car, pillow cover, specific. It's qualifying that the car is a luxury car, is not a delivery car, is not school bus. It's a luxury car, which means you want to go on a luxury ride, you take that kind of car. It's a qualifier. I have some exercises here. We're going to try it and then see what adjectives to put in the sentences. Are you ready? Get your pencils and your book, or if you're using a biro, get your biro and your book. First sentence. I received dash award at the ceremony today. I received dash award at the ceremony today. Now, let's see the options that are provided for us. A, the manager. So let's try it with the manager and see. I received the manager's award at the ceremony today. Option B, 2. I received 2 awards at the ceremony today. I received 2 awards at the ceremony today. Option C, information about. I received information about awards at the ceremony today. Option D, I received motivation at the ceremony today. No, I think B doesn't sound right. C is also not correct. If you said B, then your answer is very correct. So the right option is B. I received 2 awards at the ceremony today. Sentence 2. We visited the museum where we dash artifacts. We visited the museum where we saw dash artifacts. Option A, lot of artifacts. Option B, ancient artifacts. Option C, John's artifacts. Option D, a room filled with artifacts. Now remember, we're looking for adjectives. So what adjective do we use to complete that sentence? If you said lots of, you're correct. We visited the museum where we saw lots of artifacts. Question 4. The president sat in a dash chair. The president sat in a dash chair. Option A, important. Option B, barbers. Option C, funny. Option D, leather. The president sat in a dash chair. The president sat in a leather chair. Question 5. Dash weather is the norm in San Francisco. Dash weather is the norm in San Francisco. Now let's see what weather we're talking about. Blue weather. Option A, blue. No. Option B, big. Big weather. No. Option C, foggy weather. Foggy. Option D, the best. The best weather. So let's see. Our answer is between option C and option D. Foggy. Foggy weather is the norm in San Francisco. D. Option D. The best weather is the norm in San Francisco. No. I think the right option will be C. The best option will be C. Foggy weather is the norm in San Francisco. Wow, it's been such an amazing time having you in class today. We believe you've learned how to use adjectives and the different types of adjectives. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Podcast for Education. Remember, for feedbacks and questions, you can hit us up across any of our social media handles on Instagram or Facebook at Africa Business Radio or Twitter at Africa Biz Radio. Remember, you can listen to this particular episode or any episode of the Podcast for Education on our podcast channel. To do so, log on to our website www.africabusinessradio.com. Until next time, my name is Onoja, saying do not stop learning.